Now we're in first grade. Unknown to us, he is supposed to switch classes. We should have been informed of this in kindergarten, that this is what was expected in first grade. If not in, kindergarten, at least the IEP meeting, that this is the things that are going to happen next year, with me showing concern about him making it through the year. So he has OT, speech, reading and listening comprehension, as well as gym, lunch, and then switching his classes. So my son was supposed to transition at least 7 times. At least. So my son was literally dealing with, which is normal for a regular kid, even though I think it's a bit much in first grade. I'm not gonna lie, I think the teacher should be switching class. Neither here or there. He decides, for some reason, there's something about the teacher that he's not ready to go in the class. He did go the first day, but something happened and he didn't want to be in the class no more. So we switched environmental location. He went to sped ed out of gen ed because, again, I made the request last year. Apparently everything was fine. There were no problems. Sent emails every day, class dojo. If he woke up and he was having a bad day, I informed them. If he was stemming, I informed them. Sensory seeking, I informed them. I kept clear, concise, consistent communication with them because it was an IEP. They were supposed to also keep it with me. I didn't even know his case manager was still there because I hadn't heard from her until I walked in maybe September, because I called an IEP meeting. I wanted to check and make sure everything was fine. It might have been November. Want to check and make sure everything was fine and see what we can do about, if he was ready to transition back to gen ed, or, did he need an aide? Finally, we agreed that after Christmas break, he would spend 1 day in gen ed with an aide. Unbeknownst to me, they had actually completely removed him from special ed and put him in gen ed full time with no aide. With no aide in gen ed full time. He's been refusing to do work again because he's struggling with writing. Again, IEP is not being implemented.